Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
How about a little spring snow? We're starting to see some flakes popping up there in Little Cottonwood Canyon. Not a surprise. Another round of wet weather on the way. In our valleys, though, we are talking about the winds. Live look at Utah County where you can see the water moving. And Utah County actually added to the wind advisory list. It goes into effect at 6 p.m. We are going to get gusty conditions, but as we look towards the Lake Mountains, it looks a little stormy there, not a surprise. Ahead of this system, we have seen the winds being the big headline, and they are really going to peak as we get through the next several hours and into tomorrow. This is all due to that approaching storm system and some cooler temperatures as we move towards the middle of the week. Wind advisories posted throughout the state. Right now, it's in effect in the West Desert. We also know Utah County, as I just mentioned, and our northern mountains falling underneath that advisory. New this afternoon, parts of central Utah, the Sanpete and Sevier Valleys, as well as over towards Castle Country, dealing with some wind advisories. The Uinta Basin will also see one. What you're seeing in dark yellow there, those are high wind warnings. Downslope winds in Duchesne as well as Price will cause some issues. That high wind warning really focusing on tomorrow, so Tuesday, and then southwestern Wyoming already gusting with some pretty blustery conditions. Highest wind gust so far, 63 miles per hour in Evanston. Logan at 37 miles per hour. Price getting gusty. Also in the West Desert. Down south, we're not going to see wet weather, but we do see gusty conditions, and this is going to continue along the Wasatch Front. Gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour as we near ABC4 News at 10. Then into the overnight, we are going to see windy conditions. There we go. And then the cold front comes through, so the wind switches direction. Tomorrow, we get that northwest flow, and that's going to feel chilly. Backside of the Wasatch also stays windy, also up near Bear Lake. Those guys under a wind advisory, and this holds steady through tomorrow morning and really through our Tuesday. We'll see those winds continuing to be a bit of an issue. 61 in Salt Lake with cooler temperatures on the way as we head into tomorrow and that front comes through. We'll see 60s and upper 50s heading through tonight with those gusty conditions. And yes, some showers sneaking in, which we're already seeing in places like Cache Valley and up there in the high country. We're going to watch as those showers move a little further south and impact us. The core of this system is to the north of us, so that's why we're getting those strong winds, but it is going to graze northern Utah with the potential for some showery activity. Satellite radar shows us how that system moved in from the Pacific Northwest, and most of that stays to the north, but we are starting to see it fill in. Clouds moving from north to south this afternoon with that wet weather, rain in green, snow in blue. And as we take a look at the storm tracker radar, we get pinpoint here, and we're seeing those echoes of moisture all the way down through Nephi. Now we know it's not all hitting the ground yet. We've got a very dry layer at the surface, so we have to erode that a little bit, and then that wet weather will be filling in, and it sticks around into tomorrow. Tonight, the front moves on through early morning hours. Here we are at 3 a.m., and you see how those showers hold steady, mountain snow showers and even some valley rain showers. And then the model wants to bring in that band of moisture early tomorrow morning, just a quick little burst, and then it's gone. We'll be unsettled for our Tuesday. Winds will persist, and we will see some cooler temperatures heading into our Wednesday. We're going to run below average, which this time of year is upper 50s, low 60s in the northern portion of the state, 70s down south. Okay, so as that moisture shapes out, 4 to 8 in the cottonwoods, trace of 2 inches maybe on the benches, wet, sloppy spring snow possible, but really just a trace of rain. The Uintas are a bit of a different story, about 6 to 12 inches expected, which is why that winter weather advisory is posted, and it goes into effect at 6 p.m. 40s and 50s for tomorrow, some 50s and 60s in eastern Utah, 66 in Cedar, low 80s in St. George. Again, northern half of the state looking at the potential for the wet weather. You see those dry conditions in Washington County as temperatures fumble a little bit with that cooler air. Wednesday and Thursday, we're also going to see some cooler conditions midweek for the Wasatch Front. We dry out as we close out the work week. Our next chance of wet weather will be early next week. Temperatures hit the 70s and then back down to the 50s. Well, spring likes to keep it interesting in Utah. We already knew that. We'll be right back.